Did you get your degree?
No, I haven't.
Do you still have how many more credits or classes to go?
Yeah, I have a full calendar year, but I stopped taking classes in order to train for the draft and the combine and things like that. So I wasn't able to complete my degree, and with the scheduling of football and spring ball, it's really hard to do it in four years. So it's something that I'm going to be looking forward to going back once I'm done here, and in this part of my life, it'll be something I can go back and.
But this is your part of your life right now. You have your family and you have the wrestling. So down the road, whenever that is, that could be something to look for then. You could even do it online. Yeah. I know people are doing classes online, and to have that and all, but at least you only have just 1 year to go for that as well. So some of you do. What did you major in?
Business management.
So it was business, and you could use some of the skills for business management in anything really, especially if you're individually doing something like this.
Sure.
Best advice Dad has ever given you? Is there something that stands out for you? I'm sure he's probably said a few things.
Tons of things. I mean, him along with my brother and so many other family members, but it's just to remember it's a business, to be yourself. Because, I was raised properly. I was taught respect and to hold morals true. And, no matter where I go in the world, I'm always going to be who I am and where I'm from. And it's a business. Everything we do, it is about money. So just stay true to yourself and just be the man that I was taught to be and I was raised to be.
Did you ever get to see your dad wrestle?
Yeah.
When you saw him wrestle, what was that like? And I guess seeing both of them wrestle as the Wild Samoans.
Yeah. Well, it was later in their run. And even as my dad competed as singles as well in his last run with the company back before it went to WWE. But it was, just being within the world of wrestling and knowing it as sports entertainment, it was different, but to see, because my family background is Samoan savages, so it was people don't realize it, but these guys who are considered bad guys, they have a family. He had a son watching them, and you hear people screaming at your father, crazy stuff, but at the end of the day, he's your dad, so you're gonna love him no matter what. He's out there doing it for our family and to feed us and keep a roof over our heads. So.
But do you say to him, Dad, why do they keep yelling at you? Or you sort of know, even though, or you're like, or he has to explain to you, look, if they yell at me, that's good. They're supposed to do that. Don't worry about it. And you're like, why is that guy yelling? Or why is this one yelling?
Yeah, maybe the first couple of times, but after that, you just kind of come to realize that that's the role. That's just the way it is.
Did you ever yell just then? Then you were like, let me yell too then.
Most of the times they keep me away from the crowd. I'd be in the back usually, but it's when they're not yelling, it's when they're quiet, sitting on their hands is when you have to worry. So if they're stirring up a reaction, then you can really, you don't have to be concerned if they are reacting. So.
Also, with the other family members and all, it's just such family business. You take a different look at it because so many family members have been involved with it. Is it hard to be a fan of it? Or no, not at all. Not at all. Because it's a business.
Yeah.
But it's also a passion.
Well, I like to think anyone you talk to here today or within I think we're all fans. That's how it, really striked our interest is, whoa, man, look at that. That's pretty neat. Like, how did he do that? That's a cool story there. I enjoy watching this guy. So I think we're all fans in a sense. But for me personally, being in a very prestigious wrestling family, every day when I come into an arena or go to practice or I'm training, I don't just do it for myself. It's, I'm representing a full bloodline, a bloodline that has multiple Hall of Famers. So it's not just myself that I'm trying to be successful for. It's not only, my dad, my uncle, and all my cousins and brother, but my daughter and my fiance. So it is a little bit of pressure, but it's a good pressure. It's something that you, as a man, you can stand up and you want to take the challenge. And not only that, I want to be better than all my family. When my run's done, I want people to be like, man, he represented. He did his thing, and we know him for being who he is. He didn't just get in there because of his family. he brought something and he left a mark on this business. So that's my goal.
That's so important too, because you have that respect factor.
Absolutely.
And wanting to carry on tradition and do better, which is a good thing to want to do better. You should want to do better. We've seen so many family members from other families get involved in the business, and it's changed so much. No disrespect at all intended, but I don't know if a Wild Samoan gimmick, how that would have worked today. Just because it seems like it's everyone's using names rather than gimmicky type names and things like that. Maybe it would have worked, but with different names or doing something different. But it's changed so much from then and all. Do you look at it that way, that it's changed so much, at least what we see in the ring?
Well, yeah, it's really reality based now, you know. And I've even heard people use this era that we're in now as a reality era, which is really neat because with all the social media, it's almost like people can be within the backstage, you know, through internet and just things like that. But as far as the Samoan gimmick or anything like that, Umaga was kind of a
Umaga was. You know what? That's a good point that you make. That's a really good point you make, because he was in high spots, right?
He was a top guy. He was doing his thing, and he represented our family, to the fullest. So I think it's just on the personality of the individual. Myself, I don't know if it would work for me. I think I can go out there and show aggressiveness, but just automatically, if you go online or Google me, you're going to know that I went to Georgia Tech.